area. This is represented by the white concrete area on the ground. Please do feel free to make this if you are a little bit tight on space. And that's it. Please do make sure that you have gathered all of that stuff. Pause the video if you have to. Make sure you've got enough room to make it. Make sure you're ready to make it. Make sure you're ready to survive in this cruel survival world. And once you're ready, we can begin. Step 1, my survival friends. Come all the way to the front right-hand corner of the grid. If you've not made the grid, it's really no big deal because we're actually starting here anyway. On top of this corner block, I want you to place 3 birch fence. 1, 2, 3. Place an oak wood plank on top. Extend the upper half of that oak wood plank to the left by 10 using oak wood slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Place an oak wood plank on the end, and then extend that plank inwards by 9 using oak slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Place a birchwood plank on the end. I want you to extend that birchwood plank left by 2. 1, 2. I want you to place birchwood stairs in front of the birchwood planks. I then want you to place an oak plank next to the stairs and extend the oak plank backwards by 2 using oak slabs. 1, 2. We are then going to place an oak plank, extend it towards the left side of the build using 8 oak wood slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and stick an oak plank on the end. Now to extend backwards, we want to place ourselves 10 oak wood slabs, moving backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, with an oak wood plank on the end. We now want to extend across the back of the build. To do this, we're going to place 8 oak wood slabs coming across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then an oak wood plank. We're then going to place 6 oak wood slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then an oak wood plank. We're then going to place 6 more oak wood slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then an oak wood plank. And now we can join the front and the back together. The way that we'll do this is by extending this plank forwards by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then place an oak wood plank. 6 more oak wood slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oak wood plank. And then you can quite easily extend that oak wood plank forwards by using your oak wood slabs. The end result should be this shape right here. We want to take all of the oak wood planks, bar one, and I'll explain which one it is, and we want to extend them down to the ground using birch fence. These are going to be the stilts that the base is built on. The one that we do not want to extend down is this one connected to the stairs, but all of the others are perfectly valid in extending them down. The reason that we're not extending the stairs one down in particular is because we have a different method for connecting that particular oak plank down to the ground that looks a little bit better and makes a bit more sense. And as a matter of fact, we will probably do that right after we have completed this. So as we move around the build, we just want to connect all of these down. There are quite a few oak planks, so do make sure that you manage to get them all. So I think, for the most part, take a quick scan of the environment. I think that we have managed to do that just fine. The next thing we want to do, of course, is we want to connect these stairs down to the ground. The way that I'd recommend doing this is by taking this oak plank here and extending it down, forwards, down, forwards, down, forward to the stairs. But all of the others are perfectly valid in extending that we've managed to do. One, two. I want you to place birchwood stairs in front of the birchwood planks. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Place an oakwood plank on the end, and then extend that plank inwards by 9 using oak slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Place a birchwood plank on the end. I want you to to extend that birchwood plank left by 2. 1, 2. I want you to place birchwood stairs in front of the birchwood planks. I then want you to place an oak plank next to the stairs, and extend the oak plank backwards by 2 using oak slabs. 1, 2. We are then going to place an oak plank, extend it towards the left side of the build using 8 oak wood slabs. 1, 2, 3.
I mean, there's cannon.
Wow.
See? You're standing. Okay, Daddy, here. Continue build.
should be this shape right here. We want to take all of the oak wood planks, bar one, and I'll explain which one it is, and we want to extend them down to the ground using birch fence. These are going to be the stilts that the base is built on. The one that we do not want to extend down is this one connected to the stairs, but all of the others are perfectly valid in extending them down. The reason that we're not extending the stairs one down in particular is because we have a different method for connecting that particular oak plank down to the ground that looks a little bit better and makes a bit more sense. And as a matter of fact, we will probably do that right after we have completed this. So as we move around the build, we just want to connect all of these down. There are quite a few oak planks, so do make sure that you manage to get them all. So I think, for the most part, take a quick scan of the environment. I think that we have managed to do that just fine. The next thing we want to do, of course, is we want to connect these stairs down to the ground. The way that I'd recommend doing this is by taking this oak plank here and extending it down, forwards, down, forwards, down, forwards, to which you will then be able to place birchwood stairs coming across from the outer oak planks. You can even place the same oak plank detail on the opposite side, turning this slab into a plank. And you can even, if you like, perhaps fill in the back of the stairs, but then add a little bit of detail. So what you could do is you could completely add upside down stairs perhaps to the back part of them to kind of make these stairs a bit more two-tone like this. I don't know whether that works out very well. You'd have to change this one into a stair too, or perhaps you just have to change that into a plank, and then you could change that into a stair or something, but it does kind of look good like that. So I'll let you guys be the judge on how you want to tackle that problem. The next thing that we are going to do, which is going to be quite lengthy, is I want to fill the entire platform in using birchwood planks. However, I'm going to do it magically, like this. You might have to pause the video. I would also recommend, if you don't particularly like the oak-birch combo, to change the materials to something more of your liking. However, once you have filled the platform in, we can now start adding some structures to the platform. So we're going to start off by coming all the way back to where we very first started, which is on top of this row right here. I want you to start off by placing 5 oak planks coming up from this plank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend that 5th block to the left by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Connect it down to the platform, but also extend the 7th block inwards by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now join that down to the platform, but also extend across and connect to the outer point of the platform, and also connect back to itself. That will create this box type shape like this. We want the same thing on the opposite side of the build. We want to take pretty much that exact same shape here, and we want to apply it over here. So we will take this corner of the build opposite to where we started, and we'll extend this up by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We then want to extend it across the back here by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you can join that down to the ground like this. You want to take that 9th block and you want to extend it forwards by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. To which you can extend it down and connect it to the platform. And then you can extend that 7th block across and connect it to the edge of the platform. And you can also extend it and connect it back to itself. That will give you 2 equal rooms like this. We also want to come towards the back corner of the platform as well, which is of course right here. we have to make this a bit bigger. We're going to place 17 oak planks on top of this block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We then want to extend that 17th block to the right by 6 using birchwood planks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Place an oak plank and extend that towards the front of the build by using 6 birchwood planks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stick an oakwood plank on the end. And then place 6 birchwood planks coming towards the outer side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Place an oakwood plank on the end. And join that oakwood plank towards the back corner of the build. We can then extend the oakwood planks down to the ground. All of them. They will all connect to the platform in a nice position that will allow us to enter the tower that we have created. And it will allow us to walk in between and around the houses. This is kind of a perfect size for the tower, although if you wanted to, you would be more than welcome, of course, to connect it to the 2 houses, if you did want to. But the end result of that should look exactly like this. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to take the 2 house areas that we have here, the rectangles, and I want to extend the oakwood planks. I want to extend each corner inwards to connect to our tower, like this. Exactly like that. I want to join them inwards and connect them to the tower. Not only on the front, but I also want you to do it on the back as well. So I want you to join the back corners to the tower. They will go through like this. You can even join these 2 interior parts of the tower together as well, on that side and on this side, to form a square. The end result of this will look a little bit complicated, but this is exactly what we're working with. We can change this a little bit later on. Now that you have created this, however, it's quite good for us. So we are going to place inside of this birchwood planks. We are going to completely fill in each one of these squares / rectangles that we have created using birchwood planks. And that will give us a platform that will allow us to build the upper tier of houses. Filling it in with birchwood planks will look like this. In filling in the platform with birchwood planks, we allow ourselves to move on to the next part, which is building up some houses on top of that platform. Of course, pause the video if you have to. Grab a birchwood slab. I want you to place a layer of birchwood slabs all the way around the top of the oak wood plank platforms that we have just made. It will literally go all the way around the outside. The birchwood slabs are important as we are going to be building on top of them. So we can't just directly build on top of the oak wood planks. We are going to be building directly on top of the birchwood slabs. The end result of this should look exactly like that. I want you to come towards the left back corner of the build, which is this birchwood slab here. Place a birchwood fence on top of this and extend left by 3. 1, 2, 3. Place an oakwood plank left of this and 3 on top. 1, 2, 3. Extend the oakwood plank to the left by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And join downwards. Extend that 9th block forwards by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And join down. Extend that 5th block across. Join it to the original road that we placed. and extend the corner down to create this boxy looking shape. Once you have created the boxy looking shape, we actually want to do a similar thing all the way over here. So we'll be taking this from the corner, for instance, and on top of this corner I want you to place a birch fence and extend it inwards by 3. 1, 2, 3. Place an oak wood plank, extend it up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Right by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And extend down. Take the 9th block and extend inwards this way by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend down. And extend that 5th block across. Join it back to where we first started. And join down. The end result should look exactly like this. Now that we have created this, the next thing that I want to do is create a pathway that will take us from the first platform up to the second platform. It's quite easy to do, and the way that I've designed it is the platform is going to be here, or I should say the stairs are going to be here. I'm going to destroy these 2 birch slabs, maybe even these 2 oak slabs here. I'm going to replace those oak slabs with birch planks, and then I'm going to join the birch planks down to the ground using a series of birch stairs. This is kind of tricky without any sort of guiding blocks, but the end result should look a little bit like this, to which we can then double up on the row and destroy any blocks that we used in the guidance. And all we have to do is just place upside down ones behind them, because we don't really have to make them chunkier. We don't want them taking up a large portion of the platform. Now that we have done that, you can see that we can now move between all of the platforms. The next thing that I want to do, because it is a build that a part of the build that kind of stands by itself, is the tower. We're going to come all the way up to the top of the tower and give it a roof. So the roof is quite easy to do. I want you to begin by extending the oak or the birch planks upwards, an additional row. You can do this on all 4 sides. We can do this all together as one. We then want to take the extended birch plank rows and you want to extend up every block except for the end ones. So you just leave the ones on the end alone. And you can just do this by going all the way around. As a matter of fact, you want to keep doing this until every single side has but 2 birchwood planks extended upwards, like this. We are now going to place some stairs to form a roof. It's going to start in the corners. We're going to use oak stairs here.
This gave me a mean potion.
Like this, just 3 of them. We're going to place birchwood stairs on the inside part of the roof. The oakwood stairs is pretty much exclusively used on the outer part of the roof. And it will look like this. So the interior roof has birchwood stairs as the main bulk. But the outer parts of the roof, such as the top and the sides, are made out of oak wood. So you get a nice two-tone effect. We're going to be doing this on every side, and it's ever so slightly tedious due to the shape of the roof, but I think it's well worth it to mix 2 different kinds of roofs, or 2 different kinds of stairs to make one roof, I should say. But it's also quite an interesting roof as well. You could even make some alterations to the roof also, in which you could just make it one color if you so chose. You could easily, if you wanted to, you could make it a bit pointier. You could add things on the sides. I'm quite happy with the simple nature of the roof and the simple nature of the build in general. I'll leave it up to you guys as to whether or not you want to make it a little bit more complicated in any sort of way. The detailing on the
Ocean.
houses is quite tricky itself, so you might find that by the time that we reach the end of the build, you don't really want to make it any more detailed than it already is, but there is definitely room for you to go mega detailed if you wanted to. And this is a decent place to start. You might, as I said, want to perhaps turn the top of this into maybe like a beacon of some sort that you can see like out in your survival world. You could really light it up. You could make it kind of like, as I say, kind of like a beacon that you can see throughout your world and you can always find your way back. Once you have done 4 sides of the roof, all you're going to want to do is place upside down oakwood stairs underneath the overhanging parts of the roof, and it just makes the roof a little bit cleaner. And speaking of making the roof cleaner, I'm also going to give you another little tip, and it's something that you can take or leave because I'm actually going to be leaving
Wonder
it.
where
Because
there
I also don't know why exactly, but I'll show you. You'll notice that the roof, it just has this little corner missing. I don't know whether I like
I don't know
just
where
chucking
is
something
a
in the corner. Maybe even something below like this. I don't know whether I like just adding something in the corner. You could even hang lights off of the corners if you wanted to. Again, you could make it nice and bright. You could use oak, you could use any sorts of thing really, but I don't know whether I like that or not. Some decisions are going to be left up to you. So that leaves the rest of the tower, doesn't it? You know, we've made a huge part of this, but the tower itself is actually going to be quite functional. It's going to store a lot of stuff. I want you to come towards the base of the tower. This is the first level down here. So the first level has but one entrance. So I'm going to get rid of the fence for a moment. I'm just going to grab oak doors. The first entrance to the tower is here. So on the right side, 1 row away from the corner, we have an oak door. Leave a gap of 1, and then we're going to place about 3 rows of glass on top of each other. Or we might even make it 4 to take it to the ceiling, or maybe 3 will be sufficient. And we're just going to place birchwood planks filling in the remaining area. I think I might also place a glass above the door as well, so maybe about here. I quite like that. On this side here, I'm also going to want to place some glass, so I'm just going to use birchwood planks to kind of just fill all of this in. We don't have an entrance on this side, not that you can't add one, but I haven't decided to do it, and I'm just going to fill this little area in with glass. If you wanted to, you could also just add like a mock, like make it the same shape as the door, but add glass pane as well, so that from the sides it almost looks as though there's, it's equal. Again, design decisions really up to you guys. So the next level of the tower is in line with where we have the platform. We're going to have pretty much the exact same detail that we have down below up here, except we're going to have 1 door on the side here and another door on this side. Reason being is, unless you make it so, there's no way to get up to this little house here other than to go through this door. I like things like that where you have to explore the build to get to a certain part. And in doing the door, we're also going to, of course, have the same windows, and we're going to place the windows in the same way above the door, and we're going to create the same shape. So it'll look a little something like this, and then we'll fill it in with glass. The doors are going to have a glass block above them, and 1 row away from the door we'll have a 3 high double wide glass pane. So like this, here, and here. Glass block, specifically glass block above the door because pane doesn't line up, unfortunately. But this is going to look pretty decent once we finished it. So you can see the tower, it looks more and more impressive the more you add to the tower. It really is quite a nice part of the building. We want to have, above the window/doorway, we're going to place a double glass pane area in the middle of the tower on both sides. So here and here, we're going to have glass. We're going to place birch planks in between the glass, and then birch planks around the top of it as well, so it'll provide 1 row separation. This is important because on the inside is where we want to have a floor just above this. It's going to be made out of birch wood planks, but this is where I have an interior floor for the tower. And as a little bit of a design feature for the tower as well, I've chosen to leave that particular part kind of like sunk in a little bit, like so. From the side of the tower, you'll notice that it's kind of like sunk in a bit. To which what we will then do is we're going to place just up above this, we're going to place a row of oak wood planks. So this is going to go around this part of the tower. It will go around the entire thing. And we will be filling the back parts of the tower in as well, but probably not with as much detail. And then what I want you to do is I want you to extend the oak wood planks outwards. Now, you can do it all the way around the tower, but I'm more so focused on the front of the tower. And then you can place some birchwood slabs around the oak wood planks like this. So you can create kind of like a little bit of a balcony. So it kind of serves as a watchtower, and it looks kind of good like that. You can also place some fence around this. So unfortunately, we're going to have to get the door back, but I'm going to place birch fence around this particular tower here, like this. I'm going to get all the fence. And we're going to have two fences out on top of the tower, so we can have like one here. You don't even need to have two, to be honest. You could just have the one, but we'll have one on both sides, like here and here. And we're going to mirror what we've done below us. So what that means is we're just going to have the same windows that we have below. We're even going to have the same little window at the top of the tower as well. And that can persist all the way around the sides as well. You can have the same little window. When it comes to adding windows and doors to the other sides of the tower, I'm going to leave that up to you. The reason being is the way that I've made the tower, and I might even show you as we get towards the end of the video, once we start doing the insides and stuff. I'll show you the way that I've kind of designed the inside of the tower and why it's not exactly conducive to putting windows absolutely everywhere. You see, we've got a lot of stuff stacked inside the tower, as you'll see at the end of the video. We're actually missing a row of birch there, aren't we? So it's not really in our best interests to have loads and loads of stuff on the outside, but you can see it's a pretty cool looking part of the tower. I really like that. The next thing that we're going to do is simply just fill in the sides of the tower with birch planks. So this might take a little while, but I will hang in with you guys. As I mentioned, these are only blank because we are going to be using them for stuff. There's a load of staircases that take you all the way up from the bottom of the tower all the way up to the top. If you do place windows and what have you, then you're going to find that the stairs will stick to them. And if you have stairs sticking to them, you're also going to have stuff that's going to be sticking to them as well, like stuff that we'll be using like crafting tables. So again, I'm going to leave that design choice up to you. We will be taking a look at the actual interior for the tower right the way at the end of the video. So again, I'll leave it up to you guys, and you can kind of see what I have in store for it, and you'll be able to tell for yourselves what you want to do after that. We are just missing this little panel at the bottom here. We can fill this in with birchwood planks as well, like this. And that should be the tower so far complete. So now that we have completed the tower, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to work our way from the top to the bottom. So we're going to start work on these two little miniature parts of the house. The houses have two entrances, or one entrance actually, but there's two of them because there's two. The entrances are on the main sides of the build, so here and here, and they are one row away from the end. We want to have a row of birchwood planks to the right of the entrance and to the left of the entrance. We also want to have a row of birchwood planks here on the left of the front sides of the house as well. We're going to place upside down birchwood stairs at the base of the front of the house, and we're going to place oakwood planks on the left and right sides connecting top to bottom. We're going to fill the window in using glass pane, and we're going to fill above the door in using white glass block. On the left side of the house here, we're going to have a similar arrangement. So we're just going to place on the left side. As a matter of fact, what we'll do is we'll just fill in the left and right sides using birchwood planks. And then we'll use oakwood stairs. We'll use upside down oakwood stairs, and then we'll place glass pane in the remaining empty space. Along the back of these little houses, we're going to fill them in completely using birchwood planks so that we can have loads of stuff on the inside, and we're also going to do the same thing on the right side as well, like this. The roofs of these are going to be quite simple, so all we're going to do is on the left and right sides, the short sides, we'll be placing a row of 4 birch planks, and then a